But one way or the other, they are existing, they are moving. But it's only when God shows us how it is being done. Even most of the things you think they are not moving, sometimes we find out there are some living things inside them that is not visible to these naked eyes. But in the spiritual realm, God sees and God, and even this world that we have is rotating in one way or the other. We might not notice it's moving, but definitely. So the same thing with the knowledge we have. And the reason why God gave us this brain is because He knows it can expand, it can improve. And when we see the genius, what they are using about their brain is not even up to 20%. So the remaining 80%, what is it working for? So now the more you use it, the more you become better. So we're talking about our mindset, how powerful it is tonight is one of the things we want to train or talk about tonight before the other trainer will come on board. So I can use myself as an example because sometimes you might not know how things work unless you look inwards, think about yourself and see how it's going. Yeah, for me, I've learned and I've discovered that we are the one that can limit ourselves. The world we want to be, we are the one to build it. Nobody's going to build it for us. The moment you start thinking, you now notice that things are now getting more better. You see things more clearly. But if you allow your mind to just be restricted in one place, you might not go beyond that place. And the reason why I said this, I think probably I've mentioned it before, and I'm going to maybe repeat it tonight. Part of what I'm going to talk about. In 2020, when we started this of Top and Get Reward, even before we joined, it has never crossed my mind I'm going to buy a Jeep. But there's somebody who has been praying. She's my aunt. Every now and then she has been praying because the car I was using before, like, you know, and I won't call it old car. At the same time, it's still a small car. And anytime I use the carrier, what she'll be telling me is that after this one, you are going to buy a Jeep. But I cannot say that amen or acknowledge that prayer deeply or convincingly just because I know within myself where will I get money to buy a Jeep when I'm not earning in hundreds of thousands on monthly basis, not talk of millions. So where will the money for a Jeep comes in? But what she's saying is just because God put it in her mind. But it is not left for me to make that prayer become manifested by accepting it convincingly, and now the manifestation will come. But because I have not accepted that prayer, I have not agreed that truly I can get this. That is why the thing is not manifesting. So along the line where we joined TGR, it was the first, I think it was Sunday, first Sunday of the month in month of March in 2020. That was the first time it came to my mind that I can buy a Jeep. But sincerely speaking, that day, I didn't have up to 50,000 in my bank account. But I was in the church, present in a Redeemed church in very close to Elebu. And what I was telling them, because I saw the clear picture that there could be a chance to make millions in this business. And because of this, when I was presenting, my mind was now sticking to it that, okay, can make these millions. And luckily for me, one man came, one of the members of that church. He drove Highlander blue and very clean. So when I saw it, my spirit just attracted to that car, that I love this car and I'm going to buy this car. And sincerely, I didn't have up to 50,000 in my bank account. But that moment, my mind shifted from thinking that I cannot buy a car even when I didn't have the money to that I can buy this car even when the money is not there. That's the power of the mind because everything you are thinking, you are attracting. So after the presentation, I just told the woman that this is my car. I pointed to that car. And the woman was like, she started praying. After she finished, I told her, I'm not referring to this particular car because I am not the owner of this, but that is what I'm buying next. And ever since that time, anytime I see Highlander passing, I say, this is my car, that is my car. Even when I'm moving in front of a car lot or probably where they are selling car, what comes to my mind is that I will be looking for where is Highlander here. And the moment I see it, I'll be satisfied, okay, this is my car. And I started, even while I was dreaming about what I want to achieve, I still work with my business and I kept on. But because I have started thinking about that I want to buy that car, it is now left for God to make it a reality because I have believed. Because belief is the first step in being successful in anything. If you don't believe, forget about it happening. So for about 8 months, because it was in October that I bought that thing, and after continuously and consistently thinking about it, and because I was thinking, I was attracting it. So you can now see how powerful mind is. So if you are in this business and you are not seeing the millions already before you start, to achieve it or to make it materialize might be that challenging, because you are not, your line, your mind and your spirit is not connecting with what you want. So until your mind and your spirit and what you want are in one accordance, that together you are thinking you want to make this million, and your mind is convinced enough for making it, definitely is coming. Most of the time you'll have heard me saying I want to have 1 million people or 1 million database in my team. I didn't put the 1 million anywhere, but because I am convinced totally that nothing is going to stop that 1 million from being coming. How it's going to come, that is the work of God. But for my own is to what? First believe. And the second one is that I'm working towards it. And definitely is going to happen. How, when, I don't know that one. But I am seeing it little by little, bit by bit, that it is coming to reality. And that is what every one of us needs to have in this ability of up and get reward. If you don't believe in this 159 million we are talking about, some people might think it's too much because we have never made that kind of money or make that kind of money. But for the fact that nobody has ever made it, doesn't mean you cannot make it. It will start with somebody. But who knows whether that somebody is you? And that's one thing I love about this business. It is not about, I do say it's not about when you joined, but what you do after you join. It might be a new member that will first come in and make that 159 million first before even the old members. And when somebody hits it once, it becomes easy for everybody. But how are you going to be sure that it's not you that's going to make that money? What if you are destined to make the money, but because your mind is not strong enough, you might be delaying it or transfer it to somebody else? So our business in TGR, our marketing plan, is not monkey they walk, babu they chop. You might be here, maybe in the 5th generation of your upline that is so powerful, so influential, and you might be the first person that would buy 59 million even before your upline. Because I love the way our this marketing plan is. Unlike other platform of other network market, it is only the top that will be making the money every day, no matter how hard the downlines works. It is the people in the top that will first make the money. But it doesn't work like this in TGR. If you are lazy, you will not make much money. You only make money to survive or to eat or to pay your bills. But if you're looking for the real money, you need to reproduce yourself in at least 10 people. I don't want to mention the one she did. Probably by the time I mention one or two things, you might conclude on which network she had experienced. Because what they told her is that, madam, don't worry, just come, bring so money. And when she brought the money, the promise they made her is that she's going to get about 7 people that will make her from moving from one level to another. We don't have that in TGR. Not until you fulfill that, you must complete. Even with this fantastic before you can be enjoying what your indirect will be giving you. Your direct is the 10. So if you out of the 10, you're able to get 5, and the 5 have produced their 10, you will enjoy everything that you're supposed to enjoy from this, your indirect, not until when your first 10 complete. Because in some other plan, you have to complete, enjoy the next one. So for their own that you must bring 7. If your 7 did not complete, you cannot move to the next level. So when they told this woman, I think she put maybe around 130 or 140 something thousand, according to her, that she put down. And they gave her about 20 something thousand naira as a bonus. So okay, out of this money, you have to bring 10,000. So indirectly, she only have 14,000 out of 120 something or 30 something thousand that she put down. And so far, I think she was able to get 2 or 3 out of 7 they promised her. So you can now see where she was tied me up, or probably to start what started this conversation, because I decided to go through all my chats, whether I'm posting about the Zoom meeting. And that is how the conversation started. So to cut the long story short, what she told me that because of the past experience, she doesn't want to start now. She has been talking to people and say 10,000 naira compared to one something. Now so they said the other time, okay, no problem, man. I want to get about 4 or 5 people before I will start. I say, if you are waiting for that, you might not do anything. Please, Mr. Shola, if Mrs. Star is around, let me know so that I will know when to stop. She mentioned that she has to do for 4 people because of the past. No problem, man. Whatever you want, whatever you think.
Right. She's around though.
Okay, I will round up with this one after that she come up with it, the next presentation. So I just let her be. I said, I wish you the best. Now this morning, do this, and God will help me. I'm trying my best. And I told her that is the spirit, man. The power of mindset shift. If you believe, which is the first line of success, it from another angle, because I don't want to pressurize her, but now that within her, she believes she can do it, it's just a step. So no matter how much I force her, if it is not coming from her mind, there's nothing I can achieve from her. But the moment I just let her be, she is now the first person to be convinced, because if it doesn't come from her mind, there will be no result. So our mindset is the engine house, is the powerhouse of everything around our life. If nothing is happening there, if you don't allow it to be nurtured or make it then you cannot really see the result. Because most people, their mindset is so dark that they don't allow any light to come in. It is rigid, it is locked, they don't allow any information to pass in. And because of that, they will remain in the same spot. Because people are complaining they don't make money, they don't have money. Now we are showing them they are still giving excuses. So what it means is that they love the way they are, their poverty level, or probably whatever they are enjoying. Because if you have been doing something for decades and you are not improving, you have not achieved what you really want. Now we are showing you a platform where you can transform your life, and you say you can't do it. That means you love the life you are living. To give us the presentation, because one major thing that you need in this life is to keep growing, keep improving. Because if you fail to update or to to make yourself to update, become obsolete, if you don't make it, you become irrelevant. So this is part of the training. Each time you listen or you come to training, you must learn something, no matter how small it might be. It might be just a word, and that word might be the one that will change everything that has been disturbing you. So let's remain positive. Let's make use of our mind positively, because all the successful in the world, the first thing they work on is their mindset, changing their life. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
All right, Mr.
Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, myself, coach. In fact, you've done just that, because before one can do anything, one needs to work on one's mind, and to see yourself successful, you have to believe it first. And thank you for reminding us. Thank you for letting us know that this is how it works. And with TGR, the sky is the starting point. Thank you for having me, and good evening, everyone. My name is Taiwo Arowolu, and I'm connecting with you from Ibadan. Okay, I thank the educational team of Top Up and Get Through for giving me this privilege. And tonight we are going to go practical in fact, practical. So, well, I don't know if time will permit. We might rush it up and finish, or we have it another day. Okay, so but let's start so that we can go a long way. We are talking about WhatsApp. WhatsApp. So let me quickly share my screen. Okay. Please, at any point you can't hear me, let me quickly know. Mr. Shola and Mr. Kim, thank you, sirs. Screen a bit. I'm actually outside, so I just stood somewhere to start this because I cannot keep us waiting. Okay, so is my screen visible now? Anyway,
It's coming up.
Can we see?
Yeah, your screen is coming up now.
Okay.
I can see use of WhatsApp, more top up and get.
Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying tonight. What is in top up and get reward. And top up, I mean, I said top up and get, I'm so used to top up and get through that. Talk about it often anyway. So WhatsApp, we all know that this is an social media that so many people make use of. And how I can actually say everyone owns Android phone, internet enabled device has WhatsApp on their phone. So it's rarely used. Okay. Used by been said over 2 billion persons make use of WhatsApp. You can see that number. And why WhatsApp or the use we know that in these are financial
Your network is breaking, man. Can you try to get where it's taking the network is strong?
yeah,
Your
I'm
voice,
trying.
okay.
How about now?
I think it's more stable now.
It's much better, right?
Yes, much better now.
Okay. Okay. So okay, so it's thank you. So in the why even because business is not something you have to yourself. You need to share it with other people. You need to spread their gospel or financial from through top and get using the telecommunication sector. And we know that beyond talking one-on-one, beyond going for offline marketing, in places, we need to most especially make use of our social. You know what I mean is, I need the screen to be very active. So yeah, make use of it. And but
Your voice is breaking again.
okay, how about now?
Good.
How
Now,
about now?
good like this now.
It's good now.
Yeah, if you can maintain it this way, it is better.
I'm glued to one position now. Okay,
Better. At
so
least we
like
want
I
to take it for the
still
next couple
outside.
of years. Help us to make that sacrifice so
Yes,
that we can
I'm
enjoy.
good. I'm good. That's what exactly I'm doing. Okay, so I was saying the purpose of using WhatsApp is most commonly used, commonly conversant with people are more conversant with WhatsApp, or let me say majority of or almost everything that Android uses WhatsApp or are on WhatsApp that some person might not be conversant with some other social media platforms, and then they are not so used to it. They are not on other social platforms except for few ones, and that's why we chose that. Okay, what you can make use of WhatsApp to promote your top and get business going the online route. Okay, apart from, we know that we need to do the two, both offline and online. So that is what brought us to this point to talk about WhatsApp. But what you want to make use of this time, need to know about it. For major of us here, yes, we know about it, but still, we can still add knowledge to whatever we have known before. So I want us to have an open mind, irrespective of whatever you have known before. Please have an open mind to whatever that will be discussed. And persons that will see this as an opportunity to learn more about WhatsApp. This is so. Next, like I said, it's going to be more practical, and I'm going to show you how. Now, I'm so sorry about the background noises, please. So now this is my, for persons that, this is the icon for that. We have normal WhatsApp, we have the business WhatsApp. Business WhatsApp is very good for like name implies business. It's good for it gives you business. Let me let's about the normal WhatsApp, and this is the icon I'm clicking on. Using my, and is it? Okay. It's with ourselves, with our prospects, even with our team members, and use the WhatsApp that everyone might. We can a very good prospect. Not only in our locality, what is good, very short. For voice, give video pictures on WhatsApp. We can use as tool to promote, to help them. But then WhatsApp is even updating part time. Oh my. So sorry about this. I'm with you all. Oh, okay. Okay. This is
Madam Marolo, I think
yes.
the area you have is not really giving you the kind of conducive environment to really flow very well. One, the network is, two, probably the background voice. So maybe what we're going to do now is maybe this training will come up on Telegram probably tomorrow. I'll just try to take us through for the remaining part of the time, because if the network is fluctuating, people will not really enjoy, and also coupled with the background voice. I can really appreciate your sincerity, your commitment, at least despite the environment is not really permissible or probably convenient for you to do the presentation, you still find time to make sure you are available because of the commitment. Thank you very much. We really appreciate. And also let me apologize to our member. This is part of sacrifice we are making just to make sure we give you the best, even when the environment is not really that convenient. But I think by God's grace, she will be on Telegram tomorrow. And I believe that will also help us. Even if you couldn't finish it or probably touch everything on Telegram, you might still reschedule another Zoom for proper understanding, because when we have visual presentation, it sticks also more than just a voice note. So we will try to make sure both the voice, or probably we can also share screen on WhatsApp, I mean Telegram as well. And we'll still make sure that we have the Zoom also, when she will have a stable network and very quiet environment. So thank you very much, Ma. So based on what I was discussing before, one of the things we need to work on, even
Thank
apart
you
from
so
having
much,
a
sir.
positive mind, you're welcome, Ma. You see, in this our business,
And thanks
TGR,
for
yeah, you're welcome, Ma. What has really helped many leaders, apart from just having a positive mindset towards the business that we are doing, that I'm going to make it, we still have a mindset of loving the business we are doing. Because when you have passion for what you are doing, there is nothing that will stop you from continuing to continue that business, even when you are facing challenges. And I can assure you, in this life, it is meant to be challenged. There is nobody in this world that will tell you that from the day he was born, or she has been born, till the time he is talking to you, that there was no challenge at any point of his or her life. Most of the time, when you see people that have become successful, they have at a point in time be at the lowest level of their life, or the lowest of the lowest, before they have a turning point. There was a day I watched this video interview. This guy normally goes around to interview millionaires or successful entrepreneurs. I think it's the United States. And he will just approach, excuse me, sir, are you doing of this house? Are you doing of this car? How did you afford this? And there was this lady he interviewed. She's just 23 years old, and she became millionaire at the age of 21. So when we're talking about being a millionaire or being successful, having financial freedom, it has nothing to do with age. With this present technology that we have in this world, with this opportunity that is around the internet now. And what did she this or what did this lady did, or what happened? How she managed to make this kind of money? And the guy asked him, "Have you ever been broke before in your life?" She said, "Definitely." There was a time she had, I think, less than $100. And what she was doing, she was doing a nanny. I think she started around the age of 17 or 18. And she loved the nanny job. But because of COVID, her job stopped. Stopped in the sense that they told her, "We might not need you again because of this." Sometimes it is challenge that make her life to be transformed. If not because of COVID that happened, that struck like a big challenge, that's something that would have been a stumbling block for her to continue her loving job. She might not think of being an entrepreneur, or probably think of doing other business that will not make her a millionaire in that within short period of time. So what we are just trying to do, just a minute. Sorry about the break. I don't want to be interrupted. That's why I'm trying to discharge my son. So what she did, at that point in her life, I didn't mean there was no COVID challenge then. She might be living that normal life of being a nanny. And for the next 5 years, she'll still be living with paycheck. Okay, how much they want to give her, and she'll be exchanging her time for money, thinking she's doing the best. So sometimes in life, it is challenge that we have that make us to think outside the box and be able to do something extraordinary for our life. And she started a business we call Airbnb. That's the kind of maybe using some, and she doesn't have any money when she started. So what she did, this Airbnb needs to do with that kind of hospitality, probably showing people where to live or how to live. Might be a house that they will convert just temporarily for a living for a while. If you Google search this, you understand what I'm talking about. But within short period of time, in fact, she was driving a G-Wagon. That was where the guy met him. And when they asked her how much she made in a single year. I think that particular year she mentioned about $70 million. And she's just 23. What made her to make that kind of money? She had a challenge, one, and she had a change of mindset. If it's another person be thinking, this challenge though, it has finished me, I have to go and look for another job. And she said she hates something that she wants to do something, and they tell her, please, we don't need you anymore, we don't need your service. That is the kind of hatred that make her to think that what can I do to make me be on my own? So when you are having challenges, it doesn't mean it's the end of the life. I've given an example of even what we all know, especially the mothers in the house, the women in the house. You can imagine the challenge for those that have married or probably those that have become mother for years. You won't tell me there was a time in your marriage that you don't feel like crying, or probably things will just be overwhelmed that you're like, why am I in this? How does it happen? But what makes you to be more stronger or to come out of this was because of one thing that will come to your mind, that I just have to do this for my children. I have to make this thing work, no matter the obstacles. And because of that change of mindset, because of that thought that I have to just make this thing work, if not for anything, at least for my children, and you're still able to scale through, to overcome that challenges. Even after overcoming it, that does not mean you will still not have some other challenges. It might be minor, it might be major. That's how life is designed. And there is nobody that will tell you as a successful business person that would say there was no challenge at all. Even Dangote that we know today, there will be a lot of times he will have faced challenges that he would think, or the thought of giving up will come to him. But as we all know that it is that consistency that eventually brings the results. It is forbidden for any successful person or a successful businessman. It is, they have it as a forbidden behavior, forbidden thought that they should give up. It is never in their dictionary. It is during that trying time, that challenges, that they will now thrive more, succeed, and that is when that turnaround normally comes, because it's more or less like somebody that, when you are having a wound, probably something enter your feet, maybe a sharp object, and they want to help you to remove it. At the time that thing is about to come out completely, you will feel a very sharp pain. And that, if you are not patient enough, is either that thing will stuck in or it comes out. So in life also, that's part of experience of this life, because even the moment a child is about to leave the mother to come to this world, it is, between life and death. Even at that time, the mother will not know where she is at that moment. So it is either the child will be alive, the mother will also be alive, or both of them will die, or one will die for the other. It can be either of the four. That is, both of them will be alive. That is one. Both of them will die. That is two. Son will be alive, a child will be alive, mother will die. That is three. Or mother will be alive, child will be dead. That is four. So one out of the four must happen. And to show you that in order to become a better person in this life, you must pass through challenges. Is part of what makes this life what it is. It's not like a real coaster that just be, it's not like that. Even the way the roller coaster is doing ups and down, that is life as well. At the time you feel like top of the world, at some time you just like there's nothing. Even today you might be planning, okay, in the next 1 month, you have all the plan already on the ground. And before you know, in 1 week, things will just happen that I cannot even explain. And if you just allow that thing to stop you from progressing or fighting, that might be the end of it. All those that we see today that are succeeding, they have passed through these changes and challenges. So in this business, one thing I want you to know tonight, the CEO will never for one day and say we want to face this challenge today. It will not happen. It is not what he's thinking. But sometimes something will just happen that even without planning for it. But the bottom line is that it's going to be rectified, it's going to be solved. If we have considered most of the leaders in TGR today that, because of this, we are going to stop. None of us will know us today. None of everyone here will know us, because we will have long gone before you even knew about TGR. But it was because we remain determined, we remain focused, we are consistent that no matter what, come rain, come shine, we stick, we die here with TGR. That is why many of us know us today. That is why many of us know the leaders today. There are a lot of people that have registered that even before you join, they are long gone, they are silent members. When they are coming back now, you are more known than them because they thought they can't continue. So it is that perseverance, it is that determination, it is that focus, ruggedness that makes all the leaders that you know today, that make them relevant. So you too, as a person, as a member of TGR, you are a leader in making, you are a leader. In fact, you are a future leader, because the moment you register in TGR, you're already a leader. What just make that your leadership to be pronounced is when you start training people like you. You're reproducing yourself. That is when that manifestation of leadership will now start coming out. And if you are born as a leader, but you are not ready to make that thing materialize, it's now left for you. That is where the mindset comes to play. One thing you should have at the back of your mind every day, day in, day out, that you are going to be successful in this business. You are going to make, nothing must stop you, no matter what. You are going to be celebrated in this business. As long as you have that at the back of your mind, even when you think everything is down, just call on your God. That God, you have seen me from head to toe, even in my darkness, in every way. You know me, you are the one that created me. And I believe sincerely in this business, and I believe strongly in you as well. I want you to make way for me. Guide me on what to do, and pray fast. Believe you me, God will reveal what you need to do. It might be accidentally you just come across something, or you listen to something that will be as a kind of revelation, or a guide, or a touch that will open light for you. It has happened several times that you just feel like, what next? And in the moment of just scrolling, probably you are checking your social media, you might listen to a voice, a seminar, or a kind of motivational something that will just change that mood for that moment. Everything that is good needs prayer. Everything that is bad needs prayer. The moment you think you are at the lowest of your time, of yourself, that is when you need to move closer to your God, because you are not here all alone. God that created you knows, even before you become human being, before you even become a living thing, God has known what you are going to be. So at that moment, not until when you have prayer, you move closer to God, but that time you have challenge, that is when you make it more closed, more conceived, because that's we human being. By the time you are relieved now, when you are doing something like 10 times in a day, you reduce it to 5 because you are now more relaxed. You have, that's just nature. That's how we are created as a human being. It it takes uh extra effort for somebody that will now be successful and still maintain the way he prays, or he get closer to God when he has nothing. Because when you have nothing, when you have challenge, 24/7 you are with your God. You will not think of anything than just to be praying. But the moment relief comes now, you have one or two things that will be taking your time before you remember, I have to pray, I have to pray. So you just maintain the normal routine of prayer. But the extra one you are doing when there was nothing, you definitely, the time will have taken, some things will have taken it away. So we as a human being will experience this from time to time, but what makes people to stand out or to still have that result was because of their resilience, and because at that time they think there is no way, because you can't do it all. If you think of just waking up every day, is a grace of God. It's not by our power. Because that moment that even if you think you are not, you don't have you are not deep in your sleep, no matter how much you say, anytime you are sleeping, if anything moves, you wake up. There will be a few minutes of that time you sleep that you will hear nothing. You won't even know where you are until that your mind or your spirit comes back to your body. So during that time that you couldn't even know anything, whether mosquito is flying, whether somebody passed, whatever, at that moment, if God is ready to take the life, he's already taking it. Nothing anybody can do. But for you to regain your consciousness, your life, your present in life back in the morning, it's a complete grace of God. And don't take that for granted. Many of us have already planned what we are going to do tomorrow without even having assurance that we are waking up, because we don't owe our body. But that confidence, that faith you have that, oh, tomorrow I want to go here, I want to do this, I want to do that. Meanwhile, you are just planning for tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or maybe next week. And even between now and the next few hours, you cannot guarantee. But you still have that faith that you are going to wake up tomorrow. Out of that faith, the kind of faith you have for waking up tomorrow, give just 10% of it to TGR. You are going to be successful. 10% of it. You know, for you to plan for tomorrow, you have 100% assurance that, okay, I'm having this, by God's grace, I'll wake up tomorrow, I will do this. That is the faith you have. And by chance, by grace, you wake up truly. But we just want you to give 10% of that kind of faith to TGR that you are going to be successful. Give me your will. Nothing will stop it. Because that is just what God needs from us. That faithfulness, that belief, that strong faith that I'm going to make it, and nobody will stop you from making it. How God will connect you to the right person is left for him. Your own is just to do your part. And by doing so, you are good to go. Then I want to encourage, lastly, to round it off because our time is fast spent. Every one of us here, we are leaders, as I said. The moment you are bringing people on board, you are registering them, give them the right tutorial, the right information, the right training. Don't just register them and leave them. When you give them from the day one, everything they need to know, even before they sign up, tell them if anything that you need to, then when they sign up now, they are now, in fact, everything you have known for the past 2-3 years or whatever, give to them one day. Even if you don't digest everything, let them have it. It will reduce your own stress. I can see somebody say, I funded today, just imagine, and I'm like a dumping site for complaint, for challenges. Anytime there's any problem, I mean, they bring it to. So somebody was chatting me up. I don't even know who registered him, who his upline is or her upline is. I don't even know whether it's a male or female. They say, I funded my wallet and I used that one-time account twice within 30 minutes. I received the first one, but I couldn't get the second one. I was just laughing. See me, they call it one-time. Why will you use it twice? And if the upline has told this person that this one-time fund, if you want to just create one account, and one account is for one transaction. So this person now say, okay, since he has used it first, and the 30 minutes is still there, not lapsed, he now say he want to transfer another one again. He said, you know, he was telling me boldly that, or she was telling me that she sent a text message, or probably his only text message I saw, that I used one-time funding for 2 transactions within 30 minutes, and I received one. I was like, I just copy the write-up that I did on one-time funding, the update of the CO. I just pasted it to the page that it is called one-time funding, not to use one transaction, one account for 2 transactions. You see, if everybody knows what to do, there will be minimal. Most of the time, it's like repetition of what has happened. I keep, and every now and then people keep sending message, calling this and that. And throughout yesterday, sorry for those that have sent messages to me, I probably called, I couldn't. I was so busy throughout yesterday that I could not even have access to my phone because my daughter was doing the graduation from primary 6 to GS1. So it was like a busy day for me throughout yesterday. And people were called, they didn't even know where I am or what I was doing. I still managed to attend to those that called, probably the little I can. But if I want to attend to people, I don't want a situation where I will not be relaxed or probably have the chance to properly attend. But somebody that is calling doesn't even know what I'm doing. Just think anytime they can call, even in the middle of the night, people call, chat, even early in the morning, it's complain. But I've decided to do this that is what I want to do, but I still have to apply wisdom to it so that it will not affect my own mental health as well. But we can help ourselves by giving our members proper training that is needed for them to be able to stand on their own, because this is an independent business, and independent. And I believe that a day is coming, people will be rushing TGR like pure water, because others, you see, what we have is genuine, is gold. And it takes some time before people see the beauty of that gold. It goes through a lot of processing before it now becomes so shiny that, oh, this thing is as good as. But if the process has stopped along the way, there will be no final result. That, for the fact that we are not Ponzi scheme, money doubling, that's why people are not yet seeing the beauty of top and get reward. And this thing is so simple for people to do. I don't know why people are so lazy, or probably don't let me put lazy, it is their mindset, sha. But their mind is not set. That is why they are not seeing it. For us that have seen it, our mind is set. Let's improve on that, and let's take our time to enlighten our people, either the registered one or prospects. Sometimes you might need to talk like a pastor to some people or to an afar. You talk to their, touch their emotion. Let them see that this is what they need to do if truly they need financial freedom. Because what I was even thinking today, that most times when we go to schools and they give us 5 minutes, I have to be telling them anyone I want to go now. They say, to me, I'll let them know. Your student that you are teaching, probably either primary school or secondary school, it takes them, or it's going to take them 6 years at least to get out of this phase. Does that guarantee their success? Does that make them a billionaire? Even those that have become professional in their own field, probably like lecturer, whatever, or teacher, has that make them to be a millionaire? Now I want to show you something that is working that will make you a millionaire, say 5 minutes. Maybe the least I'll be collecting is 20 to 30 minutes. If they can't give me, if you can work for 10 years and you're not a millionaire, and somebody want to teach you what to make you a millionaire, say you give 5 minutes, how do you want to comprehend that? How does it happen? Sometimes you need to be blunt for people to give you that respect. I'm not here to beg you or to beg for money. I want to help your life. If you have not done it before I achieve what I've achieved. So if you do it, it's for your own good. If I'm doing it because nobody forced me and I'm making the result, I'm seeing the result. So we want to help you as well. That 5 minutes of a thing will be a thing of the past, because I will just let them know 5 minutes is not enough if truly you want financial freedom. Because if people have worked for 10, 15 years and they're not millionaires, how will 5 minutes now make them a millionaire? So God will help us. If there's any 1 or 2 questions, let's entertain. Okay, I think I'm seeing some question here. Tell us why one should be restricted from selling data up to 75 gig. I think the data, probably somebody was talking yesterday, I'm not sure it's the same person. There was, we don't just say this is what we want to sell. It is what MTN give us. It is what other network give us. We are not the owner of this thing. It is what they give us that we are going to sell. And for those that are having restriction, there's maybe they will still put it on the dashboard again. TGR want to minimize, because every day people become wiser. If we thought before now, there is a kind of free hand to every members. Do whatever you like, as long as you're a registered member. But some people are trying to make use of that negatively. And we as a member will only see ourselves, but the management sees everybody. So the moment they notice something, and in order to protect the interest of people with members and as also at the company, because we are vouching for this company, we are beating our chest for this company, that nothing will happen. Nothing will happen in the sense that we have a sustainable marketing plan that the same is not going to overpay. But what about some little problem that can become a bigger one? They say people don't put fire on top of the roof and go and sleep. If you think it's a small fire, just wait till you see this is a small fire. Before you wake up, the whole house is burnt. It might even claim lives. So when they notice, and why they are given this restriction, restriction of a thing is because they want to make sure that every registered member in TGR has an active information. I mean, the information you are producing is genuine and active. Before now, you can even register and use fake number, use fake email. But that's because the teacher just give open hands. People do as we, and most of you that have done that before, they didn't have any hidden or probably ulterior motive or anything to harm the company. But some people, people become wise every day, as I said. Before now, 20 years ago, there was nothing like CCTV camera for where you can put your things even down in front of the house. Nobody will take it until the following day you take your thing by yourself. But even now, that's why you have burglary, you have people still break into the house to steal what you have. Have you not protected the house enough by having burglary, by having a door that is even having a lock? But they will make sure that when you are not around, they come through the back door or probably the window and they break in, they took your valuable things that you have built for years. We don't want anything like that to happen. That is what the teacher is trying to do, man is trying to do. And when you notice something new, they don't just do it to make member to be suffering, but in order to protect. And once you are, I think for every registered member, for all the leaders say, I think what should be telling your members that are coming on board in order to avoid rush or fire brigade approach. Because sometimes people now, as they come in, they want to do a very bigger transaction and they couldn't. So maybe what you'll be telling them, the moment you register PM and they activated, let them send message to the email of the company with their phone number they used to register. That would make an IT to lift that restriction from it, because you just want to be sure that, okay, this number that you send, it is your number, it is the one you register with. And your email function is active, that you can send or receive message. So if they need to communicate with you, they will not be dealing with dummy email or fake phone number. That is the major thing. Now that account number registration is strict, how do we register students who don't all have bank account for easy daily withdrawals? They won't be able to use their parents or sibling account because they have to fill their first and last name. In this kind of a thing, if a student is coming and doesn't, most of the students now have bank accounts. They have. And if they don't have the one that is genuine, they can still use their parents' own. For example, a parent wants to register his son or her son. What they just need to do, his son or her daughter, what they just need, probably now is for me, I want to register my son. What I need to do is just to make sure that I can put the username to indicate that this is for my son or my daughter. What I just need to do is to pull in my name and also my bank account. So by the time this son or my daughter want to take over, they can change the name. But for purpose of registration to be more active or to make the registration to be successful, I will use my name, my bank account, but it's going to be my daughter or my son user's name. While the company did, before now, it doesn't have to do this, but they have seen more than what we don't see. It doesn't stop you from registering your daughter or your son. It does not stop. Whether he is your daughter, she is your daughter, or he is your son, whichever one. Just make sure you make it simple. By the time you want to change or switch the information, once you carry the management along, you say that this is for my son, this and that, and they see evidence to do that, they will allow you to. All this thing wouldn't have happened if not because the management is trying to secure everything for us to, when we are talking about this thing will last for years, 10 years, 15 years, and they see little things that can make things to be difficult to go to that level, they have to. And there are ways around many things. There is no way teacher will make everything just strict. There are ways to go about this. That flexibility is there. So if you want to register anybody that doesn't have their bank account, use your own bank account, use your name. Just make the username to be for them. You will know that this is for them. By the time they now grow up, they have their bank account. If you can provide enough proof that this is your daughter, this and that, the management will go ahead for it. Most especially, let's say, for example, now it is me who want to change my daughter's information to her own. It's going to be my username. My surname. So they will see that the name I'm putting as a bank account is the same as my own surname. So if your surname is, let's say, a woman now, a married woman, your surname will also be the surname of your son and your daughter before she get married. So it will still show that there's a relationship or the kind of correlation between you and the person you are. For example, now I want to change your bank account. Instead of Oyele, I now put Adedigba. Definitely is a contradictory names, because they now be okay, if my surname is Oyele, why my son surname or my daughter's surname would not be Adedigba? I believe you are getting my point. That's how to go about it. I'm going to be successful by God's grace in this business, and in the name of Jesus, by God's grace, everybody will become successful. It's only when you register people that you can prosper in this TGR. Okay, you want to ask, is it only when you register people that you can prosper in this business? If you are okay with what you will make from your own personal transaction and what you are selling for others, if the money you are going to make there is okay for you, that you can use it as, now with this I'm successful, then you are okay. But if you are thinking of making millions in this TGR, thinking of collecting incentives in this TGR, your own personal transaction or selling airtime and data will never give you that. And I can give you an example. You want to sell a card of 1 million naira. How much is 2% of it? And how long will it take you to sell a card of 1 million naira? You can see the work there. So if truly you want financial freedom, your effort alone cannot give you. Like this Spaghetti said, that I would rather earn 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own effort. That's just it. Leverage. To create wealth, you need leverage. If it is only you alone, you will make some money, but that money might not take you anywhere. It can only be maybe probably to be eaten if you have enough sales. So what TGR is for, because we are not return on investment or Ponzi scheme of what do you call it, money doubling platform. TGR is building, and whoever that participates in that building will be compensated for a lifetime. So you can now choose that, okay, instead of just recharging my and making some money, why can't I build and make massive? It is about you. It's a matter of choice. Now look at all the companies you might think of, either even doing what we are doing, maybe in terms of they have their app. They have done the same thing that we're asking you to do before they make the millions. The bank, for example, they are making millions every hour for this or from this VTU of a thing. And how are they making that millions? It is because they have a large number of people that are using their platform to recharge. It is not just one person that is recharging. They are not the ones selling the airtime for them. It is the VTU that is processing it. So they have spent millions by recruiting people to go and recruit more customers. They employ, they pay, they do adverts, they pay, they do a lot of things just to make sure they have a large number of people that will be using their platform to recharge. Why are they not stopping even up to now? First Bank is over 100 years. They are still advertising. They still need more people. So there's no shortcut to this. If the banks are making sure that their database is increasing every day, look at OPay, Mpapay, and the like. Don't you know, in fact, you might not get a very light or a very small percentage of how much they are paying for adverts every day. They are paying a lot of money for running adverts, both online, offline, every now and then. And because of this advert they are running, why? Because they want to increase in their database. Without them expanding in that, there is no money for them. So now you too, if you want to make money in TGR, do what this company are doing by expanding your own database, because it is not through your effort alone that you can make the millions. That's the bitter truth. That's the fact. Because if it is, everybody will have been a millionaire by now. Every goddamn person on this earth. If it is through your effort alone, you want to become a millionaire, every goddamn person you know, in fact, salary earners will be one of those that will be a millionaire because they are trying. But truly, you are looking for wealth, passive income, you need leverage. And that leverage needs to work on a system, and that is what TGR has given you. The system is our VTU. The leverage is to connect everybody around you, those that you know I don't know, to use the system, and that will build the wealth for you. All right, any other question? If you have anybody that is raising up hand, probably we will attend to time to start. All right, thank you for being part of tonight's presentation. By God's grace, tomorrow we'll try to include the WhatsApp training so that Ms. Arolo will be part of the training tomorrow. God will help us and make us to have another blessed day tomorrow, and many more days, many more weeks, many more months, many more years. By the special grace of God, we are going to celebrate ourselves. One day is coming, we'll now be remembering today that there was a time we were doing this, and today we thank God how far we have gone. And by God's grace, we are going to get there. So thank you. Mr. Shola, if you are there, over to you. Mr. Shola, are you there? Are you with us? All right, somebody is asking for the company's email so that one can send message that they can remove. Okay, definitely. Maybe I will talk to, let me see if I can copy it yourself. Just a minute, please. And probably maybe they will put it on the in the notification. Let me see. Please check for this. Just a minute. Just a minute. Almost there. Almost there. You know, sometimes you just have to, okay, I've seen it. Good. Okay. So I'm going to post it here now. See the company's email that you sent the message to info@topandgetreward.com. That's the company's email address. info@topandgetreward.com, all in small letter. So that's the email. So thank you for being part of us tonight. We love you all, and together we are going to get to the top. We're going to be successful. God. See you tomorrow in Telegram class.
All right, thank you, Mike. Thanks so much. You can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the
Thank you.
presentation. God bless you, sir. Good night, everyone.
God bless.
Hello, sir. Myself, coach. Hello, sir. Myself, coach, sir.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Go ahead, mommy. Go ahead. You can ask your question. Other people will answer it, ma.
All right, ma. I just got a message now. Somebody, maybe she couldn't come in. She said she's had a bad network. She's asking of it's about restriction too. She wanted to do what do you call it? I think it's the electricity.